Hello, it's been a while since I've done a video, and you've probably been wondering, where am I? Maybe you haven't, but I moved, and we've had a bit of a time getting settled, both my husband and I, and me getting settled with all my critters. So we're finally settled, somewhat. In any case, the weather has been crazy hot, and then we just have a nice cool spell here. What I wanted to quickly talk about was the heat, and one of the things that I've always been big on is soaking your feed and soaking your cubes and things like that. But what I want to talk about is bacteria and how quickly bacteria can populate and reproduce, and especially on feeds and things like that that have protein content to them. So anything with any kind of protein, the bacteria that exists in those products, like feed, for example, that bacteria can actually repopulate, like can double in value in anywhere between 4 to 20 minutes. So say you have 10 units of bacteria. In 4 to 20 minutes, that 10 becomes 20. In another 4 to 20 minutes, that 20 becomes 40, and so on and so on. And so what I wanted to talk about today was really just be very careful about that when you're soaking your feed and your cubes and things like that. It's really good to soak your cubes. It's really good for your horse's digestion to soak your feed, especially if they're on a dry lot. They're not on pasture grass. Pasture grass can be anywhere between 80–90% hydration, where when your horse is eating straight hay and they're on a dry lot, the hay, the moisture content is only about 10 to 15%. So horses are generally in a dehydrated state somewhat to begin with. And so therefore it's really important to try to get as much moisture into them as you can, especially in hot weather. But you really, really want to be careful about soaking things that contain protein. One of the things, sorry, mosquitoes biting me. One of the things that you can do is talk to your vet about having a botulism intoxication vaccine given to your horse, and especially if you feed haylage, that's a great idea to do that. And so you might want to talk to them about in hot weather about soaking your feed, soaking your hay cubes and things like that. Hay cubes are a little bit safer. The protein content isn't quite so high, but in any kind of pelleted grain or anything like that, that bacteria is going to, especially because there's carbohydrates, proteins, and fats all together, so those macronutrients are all together. And so in those products, definitely it's a good idea to make sure that you are soaking them for short periods of time, and I would say no longer than 5 to 10 minutes. You don't need to soak your feed any longer than that, especially a pelleted feed. It'll soak up water really quickly. And for your cubes, 20 minutes at the max in the summertime. So I hope that helps, and I hope that sheds some light on some things. And definitely, if your mash that you're making, if you've been soaking it, if it has kind of a sour smell, good idea to just toss it and start over. It's really not worth the chance of having your horse be sick. Botulism intoxication will cause death, and unfortunately there's not a lot you can do about it once your horse has ingested botulism. So it's really, really important to take good care when you're soaking your feed and your cubes. So I hope that helps you tonight, and I hope you're enjoying a nice cool evening. I finally am. It's cooled off here a bit and I'm loving it. But I think long range, we're in for some more heat. It's only the end of July, so we still have August and September. So I hope you're all well and love your ponies. Get out and ride. Take care.